2, 3.
Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel. So before I start this video, I just wanted to apologise for not posting for 2 weeks or more. I've been quite busy with getting back into my school routine and some other things as well, but I'm now going to start getting back into my schedule for YouTube. So this video is all about the corona tests. So I recently found out that I have to have a test every Friday. I'm going to tell you why now. And I'm going to tell you guys a bit about the corona test, like what to expect, what it's like for me and what it could be like for you. In case you're getting a corona test and you're scared, here's some things that you might want to know. So I hope this video does help you with what you want to know, or if you're just watching it because you think it's going to be a cool video to watch, I don't know, but I hope you guys enjoy. And please remember to subscribe and like this video, and make sure you share to some of your friends and family. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was why I have to get one and why I had to get one. So I actually started going back to school last week. So it's currently the 6th of February, I'm pretty sure. So it's Saturday today. And yesterday I went back to school because I wasn't doing my schoolwork, and the head teacher was calling my mum, saying some pretty bad things, like threatening my mum. So we thought it was best to go back to school. Later on in the day, we were just chilling and I got a message from my sister. So my sister also goes to school now as well. She's not in the same room, she's in a different bubble with other year groups. So I got a message saying, oh yeah, like, did you know we have to have a corona test? And I thought she was like joking. I was like, yeah, whatever. A little while later, she messaged me again and says, oh yeah, I just had it. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as you think. So at that point, I was like, wait, did she actually have one? Because obviously I didn't have a clue. So I asked some of my friends if it was true, and it actually was true. And I was like, oh my God. And we were just talking about it, and we was asking the teacher some questions. And then a little while later, a teacher comes in and she's like, Summer, and then a couple of other girls. And I was like, what? Am I actually gonna have to go and get one? And obviously this is my first corona test, so I was scared. Like, I wasn't prepared or anything. I was scared. So I went down to the drama hall, which is where they were doing it. They have like these professional people come in. They get tested every morning before they come in, so it's all good. And I sat down, and this guy was talking to me. He was actually really nice. Like, he made me feel more comfortable. And there was a mirror in front of me, and I was sat opposite him. And he gave me this like, it was basically like a really long Q-tip, but it was like, had like a long stick, and then like it had like a little, you know, like the cotton buds, like the thing on the end of it, had like one of them on it. So he was just explaining to me what I'm gonna have to do. So he said that I needed to get the stick and I put it in my mouth first. So you know where the dangly thing is at the back of your throat, and you have, that's in the middle, and you have two sides next to it. They're your tonsils. And he said you have to rub it on your tonsils. I think it was for 10 seconds. I'm pretty sure it was for 10 seconds on each side. I can't quite remember. And then you have to put it up your nose for, he said you have to twist it 5 times and that will be enough. So he was, after explaining that, he then opened the pack, and I thought he was doing it for me. And then he was like, so I'm just going to be here, you're going to do it yourself. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm going to give you like this like tips he said to me. So he said that if you open your mouth and poke your tongue out and say ah, it kind of helps. But obviously, me being me, I was too embarrassed to do that. So I was just sat there trying to put it in my mouth. Now, for me, I have a really, really bad gag reflex. Like, I don't know why, I just have a really bad gag reflex. Every time I was putting it in my mouth, I was gagging. And my biggest fear is like being sick. And I did not want to be sick. So I said to him, like, I don't want to be sick in front of all these people. And he was like, don't worry, like, I've never seen anyone be sick before they gag, but they've never been sick. And I've been doing this, I don't know how long he said, but he said he's been doing it for a long time. So I tried doing it in my mouth about 4 times. So I tried 2 times on one side, and I could not get to it because I just kept gagging. And then I tried again on the other side. I managed to touch it, But I was like, no. Like, I said to him, I'm sorry, but I cannot do that. And he was like, it's fine, let's just try it, like, going up your nose. So I said, okay. Now, you're probably thinking, like, oh my God, I don't want something being stuffed up my nose. But for me, it's different for everyone. Obviously, everyone has their own, like, preferences and whether it's in the nose or in the mouth. But I would say it's, for me, it was a lot better up the nose. Like, it felt weird, but it didn't feel like, but it wasn't the worst. It was less worse than I was expecting. He said it would be best to put it up this one because obviously my piercing is like quite like long in my nose, so it might get in the way. So he said to do it up this one. So first I kind of done it a little bit, and he was like, okay, yeah, you got to put it up more. And then he said, I said, like, how far, like, when do I stop? And he said it's just until you feel something that's stopping it from going any further. So I was like, okay. So I was looking in the mirror, I was trying, I was putting it up slowly. And he said, yep, that's fine, like where I had it. He said, yeah, that's good, now just twist. So I was twisting it, and like, it didn't feel great, but it wasn't the worst. Like, I was expecting a lot worse from it. So after I done that, that was pretty much it. He said, because these tests were from the school, you get them within an hour later. So obviously, like, being tested, and then you'll get, even if you don't have symptoms, you still get tested just for like everyone's safety. And then in an hour or so, your parents get a message saying whether it's negative or positive. But I'm guessing if it was positive, teachers would be running in telling me to get out. So I was pretty positive that it was negative, and yes, it was negative, which is good. So when I done it in the mouth, because I have a bad gag reflex, I find it really, really uncomfortable to do it. So I think if you're gonna, when you're doing it, just take it slow. Like, there's no need to rush, like, at all. You don't need to rush. And I don't want anyone to be scared. Like, for me, I was shaking when I sat down. I was like, and then he was like, have you ever had one of these before? And I was like, no. And he was like, okay, well, it's gonna be fine, it's not painful. And to be honest, it wasn't painful at all. It was just uncomfortable, but it wasn't like the worst. Like, I was expecting a lot worse, but it really wasn't. Then I was told, so I thought, yes, it's done, I'm not gonna need another one. And then I was told we have to have one every Friday. And my face when I was told that dropped. I was like, are you being serious? Like, I was like, yay, it's all done. And I was told that we have to have one every week. And I was like, oh my God. But obviously, when I went back to school, I only went back on the Friday. So I hadn't been there all week. That was my first day. And there's only like 5 or 6 other people in my class. So which is good, because there's a less chance of catching COVID, or like more space to social distance. I don't really think, like, next time I have one, I'm gonna see if I can record. Like, I don't know if I'm allowed to, because you're not allowed on your phones. But the thing is, when I went, so basically, you know that we've had 3 lockdowns. So in the first lockdown, I was going to school, and we was allowed on our phones. We was allowed to do pretty much anything, as long as we were socially distanced. And obviously now we went back, and in the first lockdown there was no lunches provided, there wasn't anything provided for anyone, so we had to bring our own lunch and our own water and everything. And when we went back on Friday, we was told that we wasn't allowed our phones at all. It'd be like a normal school day, and we was actually having lunch provided. And on Friday, I got 2 lunches because they came in and said, oh yeah, like, does anyone want this food because it's spare, we don't know what to do with it. And I was like, of course, I'll have it. I only ate the chips, so I didn't really like the sausage. Anyway, and they gave us a can of Coke, which is actually really surprising because our school's meant to be like healthy. So when they gave me a can of Coke, I was like, what the hell? I'm going back to school I went back to school on Friday, and now I'm gonna go every day. I'm not sure how long I'll be going for, because I think I'm just going to be going for as long as I can, but I'm going to try and see if I can get a laptop to bring home so I don't have to go to school, because it's really not nice having to go to school, get ready every morning, like, and just sit there and be bored. So I'm going to try that. If you're one of them people that don't do their schoolwork, I highly recommend you doing it if you don't want to end up in the same situation like me, because I'm not 100% sure, but I think if you do go back to school in the lockdown, I think you do have to have tests. It is optional, like you don't have to have the corona tests, but they send an email out, like call your mums or parents or whoever looks after you. They just call them and say, like, is it okay if we give them a corona test? And then my mum obviously said yes, and I was like, thanks. Obviously it's for everyone's safety, and I actually, when my sister messaged me, I'm going to put on the screen this like message. I sent my mum about 7 messages saying like, oh my god, do not accept it, like tell them no. And I was like, I can't have a corona test, I'll gag. And it was quite funny because I was panicking. My mum was just like, little did I know, my mum had said yes. And then I got called in, I was like, oh my god. So that was the messages. I think it'll be somewhere on here. If you are going to be having a corona test, or if you're having one in the future you might not know about, just honestly, it's not the worst. Like, you think it'll be a lot more worse than it is. Like, don't panic and just stay calm, because I think if you panic, it doesn't hurt more, obviously. I think if you panic, it will make it seem worse than it is. Like, if you know what I mean. I did want to say one thing. If you want to see a school vlog, which I think will be really, really interesting, make sure you comment down below, because I think having a vlog whilst in a basically we call it mini school. Going to school in a lockdown will be like a cool video vlog, because you'll be socially distanced. It'll be a lot different to what it is in normal school. But I think, so what I'll probably do is like a routine in the morning, get ready, and then I'd film like when I'm in school in lessons, and pretty much when I can, and when I get my lunch brought to me, and just things like that, because I don't think I'll be able to vlog everything. But I think I will do that video, because it does seem like quite an interesting video. I'll do that one day next week. I'm barefaced, I've got gaps in my eyebrows, I've got spots, I've got blemishes, so just ignore that. So I hope this video does help you guys, and like gives you some things and what it will be like for you, whether you're doing it yourself, whether somebody else is doing it for you. I think if somebody else does it for you, it'll be a lot better. But if you're doing it yourself, just take your time, don't panic, and stay calm, because it will be perfectly fine. I want to say something. I want to say a massive thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my YouTube channel within the past. Since I've started, I'm on, I think it's like 233 subscribers now. Like, that is amazing. Considering we wasn't even on 200 that long ago is amazing. Like, I want to thank you all so much. And my giveaway is still happening at 250 subscribers. Not a lot of people have entered, so I think I'm gonna like, I don't really know what I'm gonna do, because not a lot of people have entered. So I think if anyone else does enter, I'm gonna do it with the people that have entered. And if you haven't, then I'm sorry, but you've had a long time to do it. If you don't know what the giveaway is about, it's on a separate video on my YouTube channel. It's only 4 minutes long. It explains everything to you and what you need to know for the giveaway. It's completely free. I pay for postage. You just got to tell me where you live, obviously. I will see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and make sure you like this video, and I hope I helped with all your problems and questions. If you have any more questions about the corona test or anything in general, you can just comment down below or add me on my socials. Yeah, so I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.